Hey, it's First Frontier Forward. Rob Z with you, and Will Polacek. Will, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
So, Will, you're coming from Cambria County, Johnstown area. You're a part of this big initiative in Johnstown in the Cambria County area called Vision Together 2025, and you have a very integral part in the Vision Together 2025. But just to start things off, can you speak on what this initiative is and what it means to you and how you're involved?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, Vision Together 2025 is a meshing of all the leaders in Johnstown, or a lot of them, anyways, trying to get initiatives pushed forward to help the town improve in a lot of different ways, from economically, environmentally, all kinds of different ways. So there's a bigger focus or a bigger vision overall, but then we have smaller teams. They're called capture teams, and I'm part of one of those, where they focus on a specific project or specific idea. And as far as my capture team goes, it started really with the COVID virus, and there was a Facebook group I saw that where people needed help with really the basic necessities, and some of the things you saw people put on there that they needed kind of broke your heart. Really, as far as just needing milk or diapers for the babies, people that just couldn't get out of their house because of health issues. So I decided to go out and, with no pre-existing conditions or anything like that, I was able to go out and buy these groceries and things like that and deliver myself for a while. Then eventually I was put in contact with Reverend Sylvia at the Christ Center Community Church, who was doing something similar but on a bit of a larger scale. So we got together and collaborated, and we decided to do a food distribution downtown Johnstown. And with the help of a lot of other people and volunteers and things like that, on Good Friday, actually, we did our first distribution, and we helped about 200 families receive cleaning supplies like bleach, toilet paper, stuff like that, as well as fresh produce, apples, bananas, all kinds of vegetables, stuff to help them get through this pandemic. And we got a great response. Number one, a lot of the families couldn't be happier, and literally were brought to tears. And they also said how they really appreciated the fresh produce. Not that they didn't appreciate canned food, but it was nice to get something different, something fresh, things like that. So after that, that first initial food distribution, we got a lot of support from the community as well. So we received a lot of donations and a lot of help from other people. So we got together and said, it's great to do these distributions, but we want to do something a little more concrete, a little more something that'll last longer than that. So we came up with the idea to start a food bank where we not only distribute food and items, but we also teach these people that may not know how to use certain items that they receive, how to cook with them. So we're going to have demonstrations as far as in Reverend King's example is always garbanzo beans. People don't know what to do with them. So instead of wasting them, we'll teach people how to utilize them the best way so they don't go to waste. So there's less need for the donations. Sorry. And we'll also teach people how to grow food, potentially, to be able to be self-sustaining and things like that.
So cool, man. I love that. I love the concept behind it. And you're totally right, because people get these items, and sometimes if you don't eat those sorts of foods, like a garbanzo bean, you have no idea what to do with it, how to use it in a recipe. So you get this food and it almost just goes to waste. Even though you have food there in your house, you might waste it because you don't know what to do with it. So I think that's a really cool part of that, is not only are you giving them food and supplies, but you're also going to be teaching them how to use them. Is that now that part of the initiative, is that something that you guys have started, or you're just in the process of making that happen?
So we haven't started that yet. Things just kind of came together. Not to be too spiritual, but almost like God had a plan, where we saw a news story where this food bank was closing. They needed help. They didn't have the funds to keep it going. And with the funds we had, we were trying to figure out, okay, how do we want to do this? And it just really made sense. They had the groundwork laid, and we came in and were there last week actually, and it seems like it should be a fit for us and for them. So we should get that going here in the next month or so.
Very cool. That's awesome, man. So you guys are taking over a food bank, just making this project even bigger and being able to help more people. I think that's amazing. I want to share right now some of the social media just so people can follow what you guys are doing if they want to check it out for themselves. So there is the Johnstown Vision 2025. And if you want to check that website out, johnstown25.com. And I love that, a framework for revitalizing Greater Johnstown based upon an open, collaborative, and community-driven approach. And also the Facebook page, which you can follow, Johnstown's Vision Together 2025. And you guys really have quite a following going on here. How long has the Vision Together been put together? How long has this been a project for? Because you're over 4,000 followers right now. That's pretty awesome.
Right, it's been going on for a while. Originally, it was Vision 2020, and then we collaborated with another group that was had the same goals as we had. So it's been an ongoing process as far as individual efforts. Then the collaboration only happened about a year and a half ago with the two. So it's just a lot of like-minded people getting together and focusing on these goals and really just helping the area and helping people in need and just making Johnstown a great place to live and be.
Yeah, I love the concept, and also the Christ-centered community church, which you have teamed up with, which is helping you to launch more of what you're doing and to get that food bank started. Very cool stuff. Have you been in Johnstown your entire life? Is that where you were born and raised?
I was born here, but then I moved away for a while. I went to school at Penn State,
Okay.
and then I moved down to Florida for a little while, and it was too hot for me. So I moved back, and then I was in Pittsburgh for about 6 years, and then 2 years ago I moved back. My wife's family's from Johnstown, so is mine. So yeah, we love it here. It's a great place to live, great place to raise a family. So we want to do all we can to make it even better place to live, a place to work, and to raise a family. So that's what our goal is, and that's the projects we're working on. So
I love it, man. I think that with this First Frontier Forward project, our goal is obviously we're touching a bunch of different counties, Cambria County, one of those counties. And what you just said is exactly the truth, is these are great places to raise a family, to have, for lack of a better term, an easy life, like where things aren't hectic, they aren't crazy. You can, things are affordable. There's
right.
great people, there's great industries, there's great business, there's the chance to thrive and achieve. And a lot of people kind of lose sight of that because maybe sometimes the news that we receive from our areas or just the perception that people have of where they live. But I agree with you 100%, man. This is a great area, whether it's Cambria County or if it's Bedford, Blair, Huntington, Somerset, they all cover the First Frontier Forward area. And I couldn't agree more. Like, this is just a wonderful place to live. And our whole goal with this project, which obviously is your goal with the Vision Together 2025, is to elevate people's perception of our area and to
Right.
understand how great it is to be where we're at and all of the opportunity that is here. So I want to thank you for what you're doing, for taking the time out of your day to talk to me, taking time out of your day to help people during the COVID crisis. And if people want to get a hold of you, whether they need help or they want to be a volunteer and help you, what's the best way to contact you and your team?
Yeah, so if you go through the Christ Center Community Church website, there's contact information there, or if you want to donate, there is an option to donate on there. Even though we're not doing another food distribution right now, there are still people that stop in from time to time that need help. So we use that money to help them and their families. So,
Excellent. Very cool. All right, Will, thank you so much. Thanks for talking.
all right, thank you.